We're going to separate out the toughest, the biggest clams. The most tender ones will go into these baked stuffed clams, and it's an easy procedure that has no recipe because sometimes I make it with garlic, sometimes I make it with onions, sometimes I put Parmesan cheese in. You know, it really doesn't matter. It's like making a stuffing for a turkey or anything else. These are baked stuffed clams, and it's very easy to do. I'm Chef Todd Moore. My mission is empowering people to cook without recipes. They experience the freedom to cook what they want, how they want it, the confidence to take control and try new things, the health benefits of fresh, wholesome foods, and the family-strengthening bonds of dinner time together, as well as the money they save by eating well. Live without rules, cook without recipes. It's a no-recipe lifestyle. About 3.5 pounds of fresh shucked clams. The stuffed baked clams begin with a healthy amount of butter. Good farmer's market butter, good fresh butter from the farmer's market in my man pans with the cool handle. Keeps cool and is cool. We'll make sure we melt that butter completely. Into the melted butter goes plenty of minced garlic. This is another no recipe kind of thing. You want them more garlicky, put more garlic in. You don't want garlic, use onions instead. Today I'm going to make them pretty garlicky. As soon as that garlic starts to sweat a little bit and the air, the smell of butter and garlic, let's add all our minced up clams that I threw in the food processor. And to that, plenty of fresh minced parsley. Let's put it all in. Some panko breadcrumbs. Soak up some of that liquid. I don't like to put too much breadcrumbs in because I want it to taste like clams, not like breading. I've been to restaurants where it's mostly breading and hardly any clam. And here's the not-so-secret ingredient. I always say part of the no-recipe lifestyle is getting the freshest ingredients that you can, and the clams certainly fit that. But one of the things that I can't seem to replace in here is this sawdust Parmesan cheese. Now, I would never use this for anything else. I like Parmesan cheese stringy or Romano or Asiago or something, but in the clams, I find it bothersome to have a string cheese pull away. Plus, I've got so much clam moisture that actually this helps soak some of it up. Maybe it's because it reminds me of how it tastes when it was a kid, but I've tried it again and again, and the cheese in the container that's like sawdust is actually what works best in here. Well, now all that's left is portioning and taking some clamshells, laying them out on a sheet pan. I'm going to take one of my portion scoops. Back here, you've heard me talk about this many times. I've got different size portion scoops. Let's decide what size baked clams we want. We portion them all out in the shells. The sheet pans will go in the freezer, and I'll be able to have baked clams anytime I want. I can eat one right now if I want. Oh. That's really, really good. But they're actually better when you bake them later. They get a little crusty on top. They dry out a little bit. One of those things that's actually better twice baked. But I know what you're saying. Hey, Chef Todd, where are all the seasonings? Don't you want to put basil and oregano and salt? Salt? Are you out of your mind? Clams from the ocean? Salty enough. Don't confuse your palate. This is a no-recipe lifestyle tenet. Have the confidence to go forward and use fresh ingredients. Then you don't need to flavor things up with your spice rack. The flavor of butter, garlic, clam, Parmesan cheese, that's really all I need. This is a way that you can instill confidence in your cooking, whether you're making stuffing for clams or stuffing for fish. Either way, you don't need to search for a book. You do it in a no-recipe lifestyle.